Welcome to Switch Comics. My name is Marco, and we are finally back with another episode of Cover Junkies. I've been meaning to come back to this series for a while now, but there's just so much to talk about all the time, and I've got sidetracked. But today, we're talking about 5 Momoko covers that I desperately want to pick up. Now, Momoko is a big fan of mine. If you're familiar with me in this channel, you know I like Peach Momoko's art. Now, today we're going to talk about 5. Not necessarily the top 5 that I want to get, because I actually have another video that when I was trying to make this one, I couldn't pick between 5, so I made 10, and so I'll be doing another 5 Momoko covers I want to do at some point in the future. But let's go ahead and get into it. When I was actually making this list, there's quite a few books I discovered I didn't even really know about. So it's really interesting. It's nice to refresh yourself on some of your favorite artists, especially in this day and age with so many people making exclusive ratio variants and store variants and all this other stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. This is one I did know about. Defenders #1. This is the 1 in 50 ratio. It was really fun. For the there's a regular run, she did a Silver Surfer, which was almost identical to this one, except for it had some color variation and stuff. And I liked that cover. I own that cover, but I instantly I was like, this is the better cover. I love anytime Momoko really gets dark, because she's a watercolory, very light, soft, whispering out into nothingness is kind of her style. And so anytime she really gets in there and puts those blacks in and makes a really dark piece, it's just so unique for her, and I absolutely love it. I think this Silver Surfer is a gorgeous cover. Now, this is about a $60 book. Again, it's a 150 ratio. That's not too bad. It's a gorgeous piece, and I really I've wanted. I knew we wouldn't be getting it when I put the order in, because I knew that at my shop I wasn't going to order 50 copies of Defenders #1. So moving on now to Fantastic Four 32. And this is one I didn't know about. So this is the 1 in 100 copy. So again, and in my shop, we don't, stuff, especially like Fantastic Four, we barely order any. I think we order maybe 4, People just don't read that at our shop, at least. But this is a $50 book, and all things considered, for a 1 in 100, that's not too bad. A beautiful Doctor Doom cover. I'm not sure who the other person is. I'm not super caught up at Fantastic Four. I don't know what was going on at this point of the story. But it's one of those things, it doesn't really matter, because I love this cover so much. It's just absolutely gorgeous. It's super pretty. And I don't know, even though I don't know who one of these people are, I just feel like it has a very romantic feel to it in the whole piece. And I really like it. I think it's a super awesome piece, and it's one that I would definitely like to add to my collection. Sorry to interrupt my own video, but I quickly want to announce that I started another channel. The link is in the description for my voiceover work. If you want to see me do some demon and robot voices and whatever else, go check out my other channel. Please and thank you. Now moving on with Mighty Morphin #2. The 1 in 25 ratio. Now this book was kind of tricky to find a price on. I'm going to say $30, because that was the only one I was able to find to sell. But I don't know. I think Power Ranger ratio variants are just hard to find in general. Not a lot of people get Power Rangers, but it's one of those weird tricky things where maybe there's not a huge fan base, but there's a very not determined, but a very strong, passionate fan base, even though maybe their numbers aren't that huge. Specifically, I know there's a lot of Power Rangers fans, but Power Rangers comics readers, I feel like, are a very niche subject. But also, I did want to mention, like, I picked out this one. It's the White Ranger. I love the White Ranger. But she did a run on a whole bunch of, I don't think she did the Green Ranger, but I think she did, like, all the original Power Rangers plus Draken. So I kind of cheating, wrapping all that up into this one, because I don't have any of them and I'd like all of them. But and I think this is my favorite one. I really wish she did a Green Ranger one, but what are you gonna do? I do think it is a very fun concept. Nice little gimmick. She did a few gimmicks here and there, and this is one of them. And one that I think is super super cool. Now moving on to Ghost Spider. This is another gimmick. Ghost Spider number 2. This is the 1 in 25, and it is another one that's hard to price. There was only a few that had sold. I think some of them were best offers, so it's hard to tell what the real price was. But one that I saw ended at an auction for $300. So we're gonna say 300 maybe. There's only a few listed on eBay at the moment, and they are very very pricey. I think the cheapest one was 800, but I think they were all also graded, so that makes it harder to kind of judge. I do want to say that one, that $800 was a 9/8 though, so I feel like a raw for 300 is pretty reasonable for a price. But another kind of gimmicky cover, she did. I don't want to say gimmicky because it sounds negative, but it's like it's a thing that she did there for a while. With at least 3 covers I can think of. There's another Ghost Spider one, except for it's Gwenum, and then in the phone you see Gwen's face, and then there's a Harley Quinn one where she's holding up the phone and you see Harleen, and all of them fantastic covers. I picked this one though because, oh man, it just, everything about it is just perfect. I love, because like I like the Gwenum one, but I think, and it's weird because I was talking about I really like when she has some dark pieces, but something about the darkness in that one just doesn't hit me right. I don't know how to explain it, but this one I just, because that's the thing, I also love Peach Momoko's bright, poppy, but not too, it's not like neon, it's just bright, soft, beautiful colors, and I feel like this is a perfect piece for her to have all of those things line up that she's so good at. And I really really love all the colors and everything in this piece, and it's one that I've known about this one for a while, but it's going back and looking at all the pieces again because I was just looking through a bunch of Momoko's work, and I saw this and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about it. I mean, I didn't forget about it, but it's like it's in the recesses of my mind, and I need to add this one to my collection. And then this last one I actually had never seen before until I was doing my research for this video. And I had to add it to today's list. This is Black Cat number 1. It was a store exclusive, has a trade and a virgin cover. I wouldn't care. The trade goes for about 40, virgin goes for about 75, it looked like. And it also looked like you can get the set for about 100. Yeah, I wouldn't care about just getting the trade. I think the trade's fairly minimal. It doesn't, and it looks nice. It's always maybe more enticing to get a virgin cover if, I don't know, because I was gonna say if the title has nothing to do with it, but at the same time I really want that Inyek Lee Black Cat virgin, even though that's also a Black Cat book. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy. I feel like the trade dress on this one's not too bad. I feel like it's pretty minimal. But what I was gonna say, like when you have a book and it's like a Black Cat cover, but it says like Iron Man or whatever, like yeah, it's like and you're buying it just for the art piece. Then yeah, you probably want the virgin cover. But this one, for whatever reason, maybe I'm just so fascinated that I literally just learned that it existed. I don't know. Maybe I'll end up getting the virgin cover after I let it soak in a bit more. Regardless, I love Black Cat so much, and this is, I think, one of the best covers I've ever seen of her. This is such a good cover. I love that choker. I love her position. I love her hair. I love everything about this piece. It is phenomenal, and I have to. I want all these pieces, but this one has to go into my collection, and preferably a slab. I would like to get it slabbed and put it up on my wall. Even if it's not on the bottom 2 layers, if it's on the upper layer that y'all don't get to look at all the time. I really want it. It's beautiful. That one, oh my god. That one and that Inyek Lee with her in the gauntlet next to each other. Oh, and I'm about to get my first appearance of Black Cat in my CBCS shipment back fairly soon. Oh man. What an awesome pairing all those comics could be. But those are 5 Momoko covers that I desperately want. And again, thank you all so much for watching. Cover Junkies, a series where I specifically talk about covers. Sometimes we don't care about the keys or, it was the first appearance of that or this or that or whatever. We just want to look at beautiful artwork. And today I wanted to have a focus on Momoko. I actually was going to do a character and then got distracted looking at Momoko covers, and here I am. So I will be doing in the future as I work through these. Like I said, I have another Momoko one that will be coming out, but I think I'm going to try to space it apart. I want to do focuses on different characters, like She-Hulk I know is one I want to do. I think I want to do a wrong one. I want to do a Moon Knight one. I want to do a Jane Foster Thor. I want to do a regular Thor. Hold on, there we go. Ghost Rider would be a good one. There's so many characters, but then also Art Adams, Inyuk Lee. There's so many artists that I also want to do specific spotlights on and talk about their artwork and how much I love it, and maybe show you all some cool covers that you all didn't know about. And again, the prices are there just in case you all don't know about these covers and you're interested in maybe buying them, kind of give you an idea about how much money you might have to spend. But thank you all so much for watching today's episode, and I will see you all next time.